Welcome back to another episode of Unseen Yet Unstoppable. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're cracking open a 3,000-year-old text to see if it actually holds a blueprint for living well. Not back then, but right now in our crazy modern world. So let me ask you a question. What if I told you that buried in these ancient writings, there was a clear, actionable guide for navigating everything we deal with today, a genuine path to feeling satisfied, secure, and at peace? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into. The source we're unpacking is the third chapter of the book of Proverbs, and we're not going to treat it like old poetry. We're framing it as a practical step-by-step manual for building a life that actually works. We've broken our guide down into 4 key parts. First, we'll look at the absolute bedrock, which we're calling the foundation. Then we'll see what we're all aiming for in the grand prize. After that, we get practical with the practice. And finally, we'll see what it all leads to in the payoff. Before we proceed with the breakdown, let's have our guy, Mr. Idea, read the chapter in its entirety.
The following reading is from Proverbs chapter 3, the NIV version. My child, never forget the things I have taught you. Store my commands in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years, and your life will be satisfying. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you will have healing for your body and strength for your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the best part of everything you produce. Then He will fill your barns with grain, and your vats will overflow with good wine. My child, don't reject the Lord's discipline, and don't be upset when He corrects you. For the Lord corrects those He loves, just as a father corrects a child in whom He delights. Joyful is the person who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding. For wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. She offers you long life in her right hand, and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths. All her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. By wisdom the Lord founded the earth. By understanding, He created the heavens. By His knowledge the deep fountains of the earth burst forth, and the dew settles beneath the night sky. My child, don't lose sight of common sense and discernment. Hang on to them, for they will refresh your soul. They are like jewels on a necklace. They keep you safe on your way, and your feet will not stumble. You can go to bed without fear. You will lie down and sleep soundly. You need not be afraid of sudden disaster or the destruction that comes upon the wicked, for the Lord is your security. He will keep your foot from being caught in a trap. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it, when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, "Come back tomorrow, and then I'll help you." Don't plot harm against your neighbor, for those who live nearby trust you. Don't pick a fight without reason when no one has done you harm. Don't envy violent people or copy their ways. Such wicked people are detestable to the Lord, but He offers His friendship to the godly. The Lord curses the house of the wicked, but He blesses the home of the upright. The Lord mocks the mockers, but is gracious to the humble. The wise inherit honor, but fools are put to shame. End of chapter.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. So the central command here is really a 2-part deal. On one hand, you have the positive part, trust in the Lord with all your heart, simple enough. But the second part is just as crucial, and it's a negative command. Lean not on your own understanding. Now that is fascinating, especially for us today, right? We're constantly told to trust the data, follow our gut, rely on our own intellect. This text suggests that real stability comes not just from adding trust in God, but from actively subtracting our total reliance on our own limited point of view. And make no mistake, this isn't some passive sit back and wait kind of trust. The text is clear. It's an active process. It means you're supposed to seek His will in all you do. That implies this trust should be the driving force behind your decisions, big and small, every single day. Now, the chapter also uses this phrase, fear the Lord, which you know can sound a little intense, but the way it's defined here is really about a deep respect and humility. It means turning away from evil, and maybe even more importantly, not being impressed with your own wisdom. It's basically the ultimate antidote to arrogance. So, if that's the foundation, this act of trust and humility, then what are we building towards? What's the grand prize here? Well, the text makes it incredibly clear. The goal is wisdom. Just listen to how wisdom is talked about. It's not an abstract concept. It's personified and called she, and its value is placed way beyond any kind of material wealth. It's not just a little better than gold or silver. It's in a totally different league. Nothing you desire can compare with her. I mean, that's a pretty bold claim. This graphic really lays out the argument. You look at material riches. Okay, they have a finite value and they basically just get you more stuff, more possessions. But wisdom, the text says, it's this incomparable asset that yields things money can't buy, a long life, honor, and maybe most importantly, peace. It's presented as the ultimate appreciating asset for your life. And then there's this incredible metaphor calling wisdom a tree of life. Think about that. A tree of life isn't just something that's nice to have. It's a source of vitality, of nourishment, of life itself. To embrace wisdom is to be deeply sustained by it. So this all sounds great, right? But what does it actually look like today? Okay, so we've got the why, trust, and the what, wisdom. But now for the how. How do you actually live this stuff out? Well, the text gets very, very specific here with some real world advice. First up, it talks about money and resources. The instruction is to honor God with your wealth and the first fruits. In other words, tithing, which basically means the best and first of what you produce. And here's the kicker. The promised result isn't scarcity, but the exact opposite, abundance. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing. It's this principle of generous investment leading to even greater return. Next, it completely reframes how we should think about hardship or discipline. It advises us not to reject it. Instead of seeing correction as just punishment, it's presented as proof of love, just like a father correcting a child that he absolutely delights in. It's a huge perspective shift that turns challenges into opportunities for growth. And finally, it gives us this incredibly clear, practical guide for how to treat other people. It's a simple but powerful list of do nots. Basically, if you can help, do it. If someone trusts you, be worthy of that trust. Don't start drama for no reason. And don't look up to or copy people who get ahead by being aggressive or violent. It's a pretty straightforward guide to living with integrity. Okay, so let's say you do all this. You build your life on that foundation of trust. You chase after wisdom. You put it into practice with your money and in your relationships. What's the end game? What's the payoff? The text promises something huge, a life of deep, profound peace and security. And this isn't just about being physically safe. It is a comprehensive, deep down sense of security. It's confidence in the path you're walking. Your foot will not stumble. It's a quiet mind. Your sleep will be sweet. And it's a real freedom from that constant, low-level anxiety about the future because your confidence is placed in something much bigger than yourself. This chart really pulls it all together. Yeah, health, honor, and prosperity are in there. They're part of the package. But look at the biggest slices of the pie. It's peace and security. That's the main event. That's what it emphasizes as the true sign of a life well lived. So in conclusion, what we really just walked through is a complete roadmap, isn't it? It starts with something internal, a posture of trust. That trust completely changes what you value, shifting your focus to wisdom. And that new value system drives how you actually act in the world, which ultimately leads to a life of genuine, lasting security. And that really brings us to our final thought. We live in an age of big data, of predictive algorithms, of a deeply held belief that we can understand, quantify, and control just about everything. In a world that screams at us to lean entirely on our own understanding, what does it truly mean to trust in something beyond it? Before we head out, I definitely want to say thank you to all the listeners for stopping by to check out another episode. Whether you're in the gym, getting your workout on, or in your car, or just being intentional with taking time out to get a better understanding of the book of Proverbs, please like, subscribe, and put on your notifications. And we look forward to having you here next time. Be blessed. Peace.